Hey guys, today I want to talk about how to get access to the C-suite and not blow it in the process. I've been quite fortunate and had the opportunity to sit on the same side of the table as many executives through acquisitions and multiple IPOs. There has been this theme that I have picked up on where some of the most intelligent and brilliant people, they finally get their shot having a seat at the table and then they blow it. Not because they are not intelligent. Many times they are off the charts brilliant, but they don't approach it in the right way. They fumble the opportunity, that one shot that they have been shooting for. Today, I'm going to give you 5 tips and things that you can focus on to make sure that when you do finally get your shot, you don't blow it. The very first thing that I want to talk about is building real relationships. We are living in this world where everything is just transactional, instant gratifications. How can I meet with this person and get what I want from them? Whenever you start interacting with executives, if you approach the conversation in that way, they know. They can smell any sort of an agenda from a mile away. The real leaders that get access and are able to build that relationship and trust and rapport as quickly as possible, they lean in with genuine curiosity about the work that they are doing, the challenges that they are dealing with, and understanding their perspectives. Skip the pleasantries. Hey, how's it going? How's the weather? Those don't really go anywhere. You need to have a real, meaningful conversation. That is where the trust gets built. In order to do that, you have to do the work long before you actually show up. Do your research on the person, on the company, go into whatever the meeting is, whatever the conference is, armed with as much knowledge as you can possibly retain. Know their business, know the industry, and know the problems that are keeping them up at night. Your cheat code here is LinkedIn. It is your best friend to start understanding what's important to them. Now, I will say, many of the most senior executives are not active on LinkedIn. So you can't approach this head on. But what you can do is find out who is this CIO you're trying to build a relationship with? Who is this CEO you're trying to build a relationship? You're probably not going to see much on their LinkedIn presence. So you go a few layers down in their organization, start looking at the content that the employees are creating, start understanding the challenges that they are facing, and then if they are publicly traded or they have a lot of press releases, read through them. This makes it so much easier for you to come up, have a conversation. Well, hey, how are things going with that Acme acquisition? Looks like a pretty big deal for you guys, right? All of a sudden, you have differentiated yourself. You are no longer somebody who's just chomping at the bit to try to get FaceTime with them. You are showing them that you respect them and that you appreciate the things that they are doing. So come informed. And the more informed you are, the better questions you can actually ask them about the things that they are doing. This makes it worth their time. Now, we also have to respect that time is their scarcest resource. Many senior executives, their calendars are booked out entirely, sometimes months in advance. You only have a finite period of time before they size you up and say, is Sean worth my time? Yes or no. So when you come in armed with knowledge, you are able to be direct and communicate effectively with them. You buy yourself a little bit more time. Do not ramble. Do not use filler words. So I saw that this, that wears me out. When you can communicate effectively, when you are not rambling, when you understand who they are and what's going on in their business, it signals respect. And executives remember people who are worth their time. Now, how do we also ensure that we are worth their time? You lead with value. Every single interaction, you should approach it with a mindset of how am I going to give more from this interaction than I receive. The fastest way to build credibility at the C level is to show up with something useful. This could be some sort of an insight that they haven't heard of or not aware of, or a connection for them that can help them solve a problem. Many times, we think we have to position ourselves as the expert that can solve all of their problems. They're smart enough to know that you can't know everything. So you can build trust by referring them over to somebody that can solve their problem. If in this conversation they talk about aspirations to start sitting on boards, because this is a very common thing for C-level executives, and you've never sat on a board, don't try to pretend like you know how to get them there. You connect them with a board member. Now, hopefully you have some strong relationship with people that sit on boards and can provide value, and that is a conversation for another day. But what happens is you connect them with a board member. That board member supports them. Now, all of a sudden, they trust you even more. If you are constantly adding value at every single interaction, all of a sudden, you become somebody that they want in their corner. You become somebody that they know they can call on. And there will be a day where what you are offering is what they need. This is a long game, so you need to understand that, but just give and give and give as much value as you possibly can at every interaction. The last one is where a lot of people fumble it, especially people that are bubbly and extroverted and outgoing. They're great conversationalists. They're captivating. They have an incredible conversation with them. And then they talk about some article or newsletter that they read or some connection that they were going to connect them with. And then they go on about their day and they forget about the whole conversation and you never follow up. Send the note, send them the article, get them connected with a peer at their level or whoever you said you can connect with them that can provide meaningful value to their lives. All of these things stack. I covered a lot of different topics here: building real relationships, doing the work and research before you show up, respecting their time, leading with value every single time, and following through on the conversation. These small little actions compound over time, and this is what will separate you from the sea of people that they meet at all the conferences, all the events. That is your differentiator. C-suite access is not the goal. You need to understand this. Relationships with people at that level, built on trust and mutual respect, that is the goal. Once you get that right, all of the opportunities that you are looking for will naturally follow through. Hey guys, real quick. One of the major things that I have learned over the years is how crucial it is to build your personal brand. And I am not talking about creating content on social media. Yes, that's a small part of it, but there's so much more to building your brand. I give this keynote at multiple events. Every time I do, I hand out one of these branding guides. It's just a handful of pages, quick, easy, actionable steps that you can take to start being more intentional about building your personal brand. Click the link down below, fill out the information. We'll automatically send you a whole copy on it. Check it out. That's my gift to you. Enjoy.